Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Inspiring Series video podcast today with me, Farisha, and I am very honored and delighted to have a very special guest with us. It's Mr. Azim. Assalamualaikum. Hi Azim.
Waalaikumsalam. Hi Farisha, how are you doing?
I'm good, Alhamdulillah. How are you?
I'm good, Alhamdulillah.
Awesome. And I would like to thank you for being in my podcast, which is a video, this podcast video, which is Inspiring Series Video Podcast. And today, so we're going to do a bit of a sharing session. Maybe you can start by introducing more about yourself.
Sure. But first of all, thank you so much for having me in your series, in your podcast, in your video. Appreciate it so much. My name is Azim Adnan. Um, I'm in my early 30s. Okay. Currently, right now, I'm running my own brand and my own business called AFYAA, if you can see over here. So basically, AFYAA is a halal functional food brand that I've developed. It's already been 2 years and a half now. Together with our Malaysian astronaut, Dato Dr. Sheikh Muszaphar. He's our founder. So we've worked together and we've built a team to create our mission is basically to create a community that can change their daily lifestyle to much more healthier ones. So we build up our brand since in the pandemic. During the pandemic, in 2021, back in January, it doesn't have any vaccine yet. During that time, everybody was living in fear. Everybody don't know what to do at home. So we emerged on top of the terrifying condition that time because we want to help people. We want to build a community that is actually health conscious, and this community can help their loved one as well. So we have developed products, functional food products. Started from our first product, which is Hayiba, and from Hayiba now we have around 5 products in the market. We've been over 2 years in the market. We have more than 250,000 consumers, both in Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore, Brunei, and also United Arab Emirates. So the current plan right now for the 2023 is that we are going to penetrate more into other countries in Middle East so that we can strengthen our brand as a healthy and also halal functional food.
Okay, thank you for the introduction. Okay, so it's really interesting about AFYAA, yeah?
Thank
So
you so
what
much.
is the next, like when is your next event or your next program?
Tomorrow is our next event. We will have an extension MOU signing, collaboration and partnership with Pantai Hospital. So we collaborated together, AFYAA and also Pantai Hospital under its lab, Pantai Premier Pathology. I'm sorry, lab, which is a lab that is under Pantai Hospital. We collaborate together for one particular product, which is Sahia, already in the market, whereby we wanted to give more awareness to people that, to do checkups, blood checkup, to do more of your genetic checkups, because sometimes we were born, but we don't know what is our genetics. We don't know what is inside our body, what we can eat,
Right.
what we cannot eat, what is lacking in our body, what is the thing that we need to top up, So these are the things this is the project that we are running. Okay, tomorrow is the MOU signing together with them. And of course, we will have another launching of a new products on TikTok, hopefully. Okay, there's a new product that coming on TikTok. So beware of the wave on TikTok. That's our fifth and also sixth products in the market. So yeah, that's
Oh,
basically it.
fantastic. Yeah, all the best for the event tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
Okay, and now moving on to the second question. Okay, so I have been following your inspiring videos on TikTok, and you
Thank
spread
you.
a lot of positive messages, a lot of positive quotes. Maybe you can
Alhamdulillah.
share with our viewers today, how do you, as an entrepreneur, yeah, how do you look at life, like in general, like in your life and also in your business? How do you view failure and how do you get back up in life and also in business?
Okay. Thank you so much for the amazing questions. I love when talking about the growth mindset or anything about growth. right? So when I talk about life, right, the way that I view life is practically is like a circle, right? There's times that, you know, in life, I believe that there's rules in life. I don't know about other people, but in my life, I believe there's rules in life. Uh, Rules such as like uh, you have to experience the lows before you experience the highs. There's the rules in life that is there's up and there's down, there's thick and there's thin, and there's time that you're going to lose some, and there's time that you're going to win some. So I acknowledge that's the fact of life. The concept of life is that. So but when you talk about how we can actually deal with the uncertainty of life, because sometimes we got the highs of the life, sometimes we got the lows of the life, right? So how do you deal with this mix of both? So basically, if you ask me, failure, success, these two things are subjective, right? It depends. My definition of failure and success is totally different from Farisha's, or other people's, right? So everybody have their own definition of failure and success. But I think that why most people would feel disappointed, down, they feel, all these negative emotion in themselves when they fail, is because that when they set too unrealistic expectation and also time frame. So I believe that most people wanted to achieve it fast, right? So they tend to set very unrealistic expectation and also time frame. But for me in life, life is short, they say. So you have to
Yes.
maximize whatever that you have, right?
Yeah. Everything
But
takes
I also,
time.
yeah, but I
Yeah.
also believe that life is long. So you have to take time, right? So that's why for me in my life, I always set a realistic and attainable time frame. For example, I've always trained my mind and my soul to give myself a time frame in whatever that I'm doing. So, for example, like I'm doing now building a brand, a business, right? So I give myself a time frame. First 10 years is a time where I'm going to learn as much as possible. Sure, I in these 10 years, anything can happen, right? I've been building this brand together with our founder for about 2 years, and it's still growing. And if let's say tomorrow I fail and my business go down, I need to keep in mind that I still have 8 more years to build back up again. So I still have time, right? So I don't need to pressure myself. I don't need to make myself feel, demotivated, stressed, pressured by the fact that my business went down after 2 years. Because the fact that I still have more opportunities, 8 more years to build back up. And what more than I never in my wildest imagination that I'm going to build a brand together with Malaysian astronaut. So so I believe that that's the process that we need to trust. So always train your mind that you're not failing, but instead you are learning. And this is what I feel like is a growth mindset, a champion mindset. So whether you success or you fail, both also give you the same benefits, which is you are learning. If you success, you're learning. If you fail, you're also learning. So there's nothing much you losing, you know. So the more failure that you get, the more chances that you will get to success. Same goes to when you are dealing with whether in business or in life, right? In whether you are failing or you have to handle rejections, right? Every no, I believe every no will lead you to yes.
Yes.
So every single person that say no's to you, whether in life, whether in business, or you're doing direct selling, whatever, right? Every single person that comes at you and say no, thank you, it will strengthen your confidence to move on from that person to another because you believe that it will lead you to more people that are going to say yes to you.
Yes.
So I think that's basically is my ideology about life.
Yes. And it makes you stronger as well when you look at it. Yeah. Because
True.
when
Yeah.
one door shuts, another one opens.
Another
Yeah.
correct.
So when one door shuts, another door opens. Yeah.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah. So we just have to keep going and
Yes.
never
True.
give up. So we just have to
Yes.
build that growth mindset. It sounds easy, but it's difficult, but it can be done. It's all about your
Yeah.
mindset, kan? What you
Yeah.
think.
Betul.
So it's all in the mind.
Betul. Betul.
Okay, now the third question, the final question for today's interview. Okay, so how do you look at when we mention optimism? Yeah. So as a leader, as a business owner, how do you nurture, how do you lead your staff with optimism in your leadership?
Thank you so much for that incredible question. So I have my own team. So how do I actually promote optimism in my circle, in my team? So basically, is like I believe I believe there's a few things. Number one is I've always given them a flexibility in terms of whatever that they wanted to do, whatever that they wanted to create in their craft or in their work. Okay, I always give them the space and the time to do so. Because I want to encourage them to, have that creativity inside their mind. I want them to have, I want them to not have the limitation, the barrier. Sometimes people, if you contain them, if you contain this stuff, they cannot be inspired, they cannot get flexible, and they cannot think creatively. So we always say that think outside of the box, right? So for me, I've never created that box. It's a free flow, it's an open world, so anything can happen, anything you can create. Basically you can become a creator, you can create anything. So that's how I develop this optimism. So when they know that they have this power, that they have the flexibility, they have the creativity to think, to explore, to experiment. So this will lead them to feel inspired, and this will lead their spirits and their so-called like more motivated, to accomplish on certain project or on certain objective that they have set over the rules. So I believe that whether you're doing business or whether you are as an employee working, climbing those corporate ladders, right? I believe that this optimism must must start from the leaders, but most importantly, it must be nourished from within inside of you, right? If let's say I'm the leader, I'm giving you the flexibility, I'm giving you the creativity, I'm giving you the space and time for you to to do whatever you want, to create something meaningful. But if you yourself doesn't feel the drive wanted to do that, so it's still, for me, it's not like dia macam dua tepuk sebelah tangan lah, right? It doesn't complement each other. So it starts with the leaders, but the most important part is you must nourish it as a staff. You must nourish it from within you. You must have the drive to exploring the world. So I believe that in optimism, this is what the key features, or this is what I'm always develop and always adapt in my team. So in AFYAA, we believe that everything that we can accomplish. Okay, we are in this together. That's our motto. We are in this together. So whatever happens, okay, whether it's bad thing or good thing, we are in this together. Everyone will be responsible. Everyone will cherish together. Everyone will celebrate it together. So I think that's how you can actually inspire, people to become more optimism.
Awesome. And it's all about teamwork, right, Azim?
Yes,
It's all about teamwork.
correct.
Yeah, we can't work in silo. Kita tak boleh kerja seorang diri. We need a team. So it's all about
Betul.
teamwork. Teamwork is very important.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so before we end the interview session for Inspiring Series Video Podcast, do you have anything else that you would like to share with our viewers on growth mindset?
Um, for I think my last I would say my last farewell before I would say goodbye to this series, and hopefully there's more. I've always said this to my circle, that life, as in general, I don't want to talk about business, but life in general is always an options, right? There's always a lot of options in life. So always choose the options that you think, because every options has risk and every options has rewards or benefits in every options that you choose. So always choose the options in your life that can give you rewards. At the same time, most importantly, you can manage the risk, because most people doesn't know how to manage the risk. They're too obsessed with the reward. they neglect the risks that will come together with it. Because I believe life has its cost. Okay, so always measure the risk and always know whether you yourself can handle the risk or not. So then it's much more easier for you to do decision, whether in your life or whether in business or whether in career. And you won't get stressed too much. You won't get depressed. You won't get anxious, because for someone who speak on behalf of mental health community, I myself am a struggling patient with mild depression and also anxiety. So I lost my dad, like I know, Farisha, I've talked to you before. I lost my dad back in 2020, and it took a toll on me in terms of my mental health state. So I went depressed. I got anxious every single time. I was in grief basically up until now still. But we have to acknowledge. We have to acknowledge that in life, there's that's the rules. Like I said, right? There's time that you're gonna feel the lows. There's time that you're gonna feel the highs. But either both, you have to cherish all. So in life, we have a lot of options. Choose the options that will give you best reward and the risk that you can manage.
Yes,
Thank
and
you.
I agree with you, Azim, because I feel you. I feel your pain. I lost my dad in 2016, so he passed
Sorry.
away in February 2016,
Mm,
and it has been 7 years,
mm.
and I'm still healing.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
but it's a process. It takes time.
Yeah, it takes
Yeah,
time.
and
Yeah.
and and I'm very close to him, very very close to my
Mm,
dad. And then when he passed away, I was in a depression for 1 year, same like you.
mm,
So to
mm.
bounce back, how do I bounce back? Growth mindset. Growth mindset helped me
Yeah.
to bounce back, because I kept thinking,
True.
like 26 period 2016, 2017. That was the hardest moment in my life. Nak bangkit balik tu, it's not easy. To bangkit, to bounce back tu,
Yeah.
it's not easy. And
Correct.
then I bangkit balik, Alhamdulillah, 2017, 2018, and then now we are at 2023. Wow, 7 years.
Time
And
flies.
and if I could have one wish, I just want to talk to him. But we know that, like you mentioned, this is life. Life is temporary,
Yeah.
and my dad and your dad, they are both in a better place with the Almighty
Yeah.
Creator,
True.
Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. So for
Mm.
us, as children, anak-anak, so we have to, sebagai anak-anak, we have to keep going, and we have
Yeah.
to also carry their good name, because we carry their names. We carry their good name. So as you can
Yes.
see on my Zoom now, there's my father's name there, Abdul Shukur.
Mm.
So we carry our father's name wherever we go. Kan? Yeah. So
I like
yang
that
tu paling
because I
penting.
also carry my father's name.
Betul.
Yeah.
Betul. So macam for me, it's not easy because I am very close to him,
Mm.
and anak sulung perempuan. Anak sulung perempuan.
Mm.
So the responsibility comes with it as well. But then, like you mentioned, we have to be strong. And in life,
Yeah.
we have to deal with the highs and the lows. Okay?
Correct.
Yeah, so the highs and the lows. So when we experience the lows, we have empathy. Yeah, we appreciate
Correct.
people around us. Kita hargai orang-orang di sekeliling kita. Kita hargai kawan-kawan kita, our circle of friends, our colleagues, our staff,
True.
our clients, because we know that this life is fragile. Maybe like
Mm.
hari ni I cakap dengan my client, maybe you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Anything can happen, kan? So life
True.
can just
Yeah.
like flip like a coin. So,
Yeah.
for me, I live by this quote, be kind to everyone that you meet. Be kind to
Mm.
everyone, because you don't know what they go through, because everybody have
True.
their
True.
story. Everybody
Yes.
goes through something.
Yes.
Everybody
True.
everybody that we meet goes through different trials. semua
Yeah,
orang diuji dengan ujian yang berbeza-beza.
berbeza,
Yeah,
betul.
berbeza, different trials, you know. We all have different ujian. Yeah, but we have to go through it. Yeah, the highs
Correct.
and also the
And the
lows.
low.
And
Yes, I agree with you that you're saying that be kind because oddly enough, I've wrote whatever wishes of my dad on my phone in my note. Basically, I literally list down whatever advices that he gave to me in 30 years of my being alive here. The top three, aside from jaga solat, jangan tinggal Quran, the top three, the third one is buat baik dengan orang. So this is what he said to me, literally. So that's why in my TikTok, I always wanted to encourage positivity. I always want to encourage kindness. So I believe that when you do kind, the great things will happen in your life.
yes, and it's kifarah as well. Yeah,
Kifara, correct.
it's like karma, kifarah. You know, you do good things will come to you.
Correct.
And for me, it's really important for us to be kind. And let's say if we encounter with someone who is unkind, it's okay. Forgive them.
Yeah.
So sometimes in life, you know, we meet with people from different characters, kan? So let's say if they are unkind, it's okay. We be kind to them. We send them kindness. So we reply
Yes.
back in kindness. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Azim. So we've come to the end of the show, Inspiring Series Video Podcast. Okay, thank you everyone for watching. So stay tuned for more episodes. Till then, stay safe, take care, bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye, Azim.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, Felicia.